So as you guys already know, Drake Maye got drafted to the New England Patriots, and basically there's already concerns with Drake Maye. Now, as you already know, bro, me watching the draft results and pretty much giving my thoughts about it, I did pretty much say that Drake Maye, I wasn't too fond of him, especially him going number 3. I felt like he could have went way further than that. I feel like JJ McCarthy would have been a better pickup for the Patriots. But we about to go and see what this video right here is talking about. There are already concerns with Drake Maye. We about to go to jump right into it though. Original link to this video will be in the description down below. Let's not waste no more time. Let's get into it.
Big plays like this. This is an amazing play where he kind of throws going backwards, puts the ball right on the money. Whoa. He's going to need some work in reading defenses, reading coverages. This is a kid that can make all the throws. He just needs to be more consistent.
Is that Kofi Kingston?
The early impressions of Caleb Williams are pretty good. The early impressions of Jaden Daniels are actually even better. The early impressions of Drake Maye are a little bit troubling.
Yep.
I understand it's only been a few weeks since this kid has been drafted. I understand it's super premature and he's just a rookie in the NFL. And he's just in rookie minicamp and this is a huge overreaction.
This was a mistake waiting to happen.
I want us to understand what the New England Patriots had to sacrifice in order to take Drake Maye to begin with. Before we get to the content, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications.
Getting rid of Mac Jones is crazy, bro. Getting rid of getting rid of Mac Jones for Drake Maye is a little bit insane, bro. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, that was a bonehead play right there. Bonehead play. We're going to skip this, man. Y'all already know I'm with the prospects for sure.
What's going on, everybody? I wanted to give you guys a disclaimer. For all you know, Drake Maye is able to put it all together by the time the first day of the regular season starts and put together one of the greatest rookie
can win the Super Bowl is crazy.
History. I mean, remember when Jamar Chase was having trouble catching footballs in the preseason of his rookie year? And it seemed like the moment this man was putting all of those doubters to rest. And the same could be happening for Drake Maye, although I did have reservations about the New England Patriots selecting Drake Maye to begin with. It's nothing against Drake Maye the prospect, although there are some questions about him as a player currently, but my initial reservations had more to do with where the New England Patriots were at as a team as opposed to Drake Maye himself.
That's true. That's true.
This point a lot, but the New England Patriots selected the most pro-ready quarterback talent in the 2021 NFL.
Oh, okay, Mac Jones, yeah.
I slowly watched him disintegrate from a Pro Bowler who was runner-up for Rookie of the Year in his rookie year, a player that threw for over 3,800 passing yards, 22 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions, all the way into whatever this was last year. And you have to think of all the things that came together.
Bro, I still don't like how they did him. I ain't gonna lie.
As a result of Mac Jones sucking, I think it was the fact that he was behind the worst offensive line in the NFL, had 3 wide receivers who ranked in the bottom 10 in terms of wide receiver separation in Mike Gesicki, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Devontae Parker. And in his sophomore year, he had Matt Patricia as an offensive coordinator. I don't think
so. All of that, and they still choose to end up getting rid of him and trading him to the Jaguars as a backup. Like, they did, I ain't gonna lie, they did him terribly, bro.
I think anyone would be able to succeed in those circumstances. But fortunately for the Patriots, Mac Jones was going into his 4th year as a New England Patriot. So you essentially still had him on a rookie scale contract while you could have focused on other areas of your team. But then the Patriots made a horrific mistake, in my opinion, trading Mac Jones for pennies on the dollar and letting the entire world know that they planned on taking Drake Maye. Essentially putting Drake Maye in the same exact situation that Mac
It's going to be worse for them.
So you're essentially taking out a 3-year NFL pro that has made it to a Pro Bowl already, and you're essentially substituting him with a quarterback that has a tremendous amount of potential, but still needs to work on some things coming into his
one of the worst mistakes they could have made, honestly.
Here's how I got on.
By far, one of the worst mistakes they could have made, bro. People forgot Mac Jones is really like that. He just, like, he don't have any help on the team.
The kid, good size, runs well, has a good arm. Just, he hasn't played very much. He really doesn't have a lot of experience. He's going to need some work in reading defenses, reading coverages. This is a kid that can make all the throws. He just needs to be more consistent. Transitioning from a college quarterback
to a brick,
quarterback here is, he just needs some time and experience.
Now, at the same time, unlike Bill Belichick, Gerard Mayo has done a remarkable job building his coaching staff to make sure that the same thing doesn't happen to Drake Maye as it did for Mac Jones.
Gerard Mayo's the coach?
As his offensive coordinator. He's had experience working with Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, and even a legendary New England Patriots quarterback by the name of Drew Bledsoe. So what Drew Bledsoe has to say about Alex Van Pelt.
One thing that he has that's very, very significant going for him is Alex Van Pelt. So Alex was we were together in Buffalo for a few years, and no disrespect to Zoe.
The coach can only do so much, bro.
From a backup standpoint, he was the one that had the best football mind, and he also has just this incredibly calm demeanor. He played quarterback in the league for a decade, and he's 6 foot and chubby. So obviously he had to win with his brain. That Alex is one of those special, quarterback whisperer kind of dudes that's really going to help him. So
again, my reservations about Drake Maye isn't necessarily to do with Drake Maye the prospect. It has more to do with the situation Drake Maye is being placed in. And the reason why the New England Patriots have so much pressure is because of the massive trade offers that were made for Drake Maye. If you guys remember, leading into the NFL draft, the New England Patriots were trying to entice teams to trade up to the number 3 overall pick so they could get a huge haul of draft picks so they could build up the rest of their roster, which I felt like was the right move given the situation that they were in. I felt like drafting a quarterback in this scenario would have been very similar to what Bryce Young went through with the Carolina Panthers, only the Patriots didn't have to give up assets to draft Drake Maye. But some of these reported offers are actually insane. According to Albert Breer, the New York Giants offered the New England Patriots their 2024 6th round pick with their 2025 first round pick, while the Minnesota Vikings offered 3 first round picks in total, including the 11th and 23rd pick this year, along with a 2025 first round pick. The New England
Man, they could have, that was the right pick to go to.
This many assets to trade up for Drake Maye, chances are Drake Maye is pretty good.
And that's actually what they thought. The fact that Minnesota Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell and Giants head coach Brian Daboll were so interested in getting Drake Maye made the New England Patriots want him even more.
Why
Evaluators of talent, and they obviously saw the incredible potential in Maye. Of course, if the North Carolina quarterback ends up being a bust, people will look back on these trade offers as major missed opportunities.
Facts.
And that's my biggest issue here. There are definitely instances where a quarterback can show up on a brand new team that doesn't necessarily have a tremendous amount of assets and turn that team around, such as the way CJ Stroud did this past year for the Houston Texans. But you have to admit, CJ Stroud is definitely an outlier. It doesn't usually shake out this way. Most of the times, these first round quarterbacks end up being a bust, as we saw from the 2021 NFL draft that was so hyped up and so exciting and was supposed to be a draft class that was similar to
there were a lot of busts in that draft
class. Now you might be thinking,
Mike, this is just your opinion. Why does this matter?
Well, there's one thing Drake Maye's new head coach said that personally made me feel a little uncomfortable, and that's the fact that Gerard Mayo says that Drake Maye has a lot to work on. Now, this doesn't seem to be something that's taken out of context or anything that's too big of a deal, but it's more the way he said it. First-year New England Patriots coach Gerard Mayo might not be as hardlined as Bill Belichick.
I did not know he was the head coach.
From reporters, but he delivered a
former
Belichick
linebacker
type of response when he asked his first impressions of quarterback Drake Maye at rookie minicamp. He has a lot to work on, but I have no doubt that he'll put the time in. He was here all night trying to get on the same page as everyone else. Just don't get me wrong. Again, Drake Maye, brand new draft pick, was perceived as one of the more developmental QBs in the NFL draft. Those types of quarterbacks could end up like Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, or they could turn out to be Mitchell Trubisky or Blake Bortles.
Bro, I feel like the right move that they should have went with, yes, go ahead and draft them if you would like to, but at the same time, don't get rid of Mac Jones, bro. Getting rid of Mac Jones is like honestly, keeping him would have been insurance for them just in case Drake Maye doesn't really turn out the way that he's supposed to. Or let's say that Drake Maye did end up, having a great career or a season or whatever you want to call it. Go ahead and trade Mac Jones in the middle of the season. That would have been the better move, if you ask me.
It's really up in the air. It really depends on a lot of variables outside of the player.
I forgot about Blake
Drake
Bortles.
Maye personally felt very optimistic about his future, saying it's been good, kind of the first day feeling it out, just getting more and more reps. That's all something new takes, getting more reps at it. I feel pretty good out there today, so you just have to keep working. His teammates spoke glowingly about him. Jalen Polk said the guy can sling it. He's very confident. He's a leader, very vocal.
That's what he's supposed to say.
Practice, trying to get guys moving around and operating at a high level. 4th round pick Layden Robinson, a guard from Texas A&M, added, "I love his energy and intensity when he's in the huddle, so you've always got to bring your best energy too." It's
of course he's supposed to say that.
Shocking thing to hear from Gerard Mayo. Plaxico Burress is even speculating that the Patriots regret taking Drake Maye.
So what you're saying is that
we might have drafted the wrong guy.
Yes.
I heard the head coach come out and say about any draft pick that he has a lot to work on.
Yeah.
So that tells me that he has a whole lot to work on.
Which, if they do,
Yeah.
I think that's preposterous, because at the end of the day, you knew what you were getting with Drake Maye.
Exactly.
You knew what you were signing up for with Drake Maye. You're signing up for a player that could be very good in the NFL if you mold him correctly. If you find someone that could focus on his footwork and his throwing motion, then you might get one of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL. At the same time, if you're throwing him out to the wolves behind a below average offensive
Exactly.
line, not a true number one wide receiver, then obviously I'm going to be concerned. At the end of the day, it's impossible to tell whether or not Drake Maye is a bust at this point. The man has barely been a New England Patriot for a month. But I felt like it was worth bringing up what Gerard Mayo said, and at least Gerard Mayo knows that his legacy, as well as that of newly appointed Vice President of Player Personnel Elliot Wolf, will be tied to the team's selection of Drake Maye, 3rd overall in last month's NFL draft. If you're a Patriots fan, let me know in the comment section down below if you're concerned, if you think the Patriots made a mistake even though it's premature to evaluate him this early, or if you have confidence that Drake Maye is a sizable upgrade over Mac Jones. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.
Yeah, man. It's only time will really tell how this is gonna play out, because, bro, letting go of Mac Jones is not a good idea at all, bro. At least he's been in the system and already knows the system, bro. Like, you literally have just one quarterback that can make or break the team, and he doesn't even have any help. So it's like, I don't, it wasn't a good look if you ask me, but we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. I could be extremely wrong, and you know what I'm saying, he can have a great season, a great career. But as of right now, I'm not too fond of it. I don't really see it happening. Let me know in the comment section down below what do y'all think about this Drake Maye. And they're already having concerns with him, saying he has a lot to work on. That's not a good look, honestly, coming from a number 3 overall pick, especially because it was a lot of hype behind him. We'll have to see how it end up playing out, though. Original link to this video will be in the description down below. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please be sure to subscribe. Trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of this month. But it's your boy Caprice the Great, and I'm out. No cap.